or by getting a promotion? It's so funny the way concepts are structured differently. By getting, I would say promotion means a higher position, so promotion. PR. O, pro.
So usually we'll say, are you going to see the
And then
fireworks?
motion.
It's almost always used
That's it,
in the
yep.
plural sense.
Beginning of
Because there's so many of them, over and over and over again.
overtime. We call it.
Fireworks.
Overtime, that's one word.
It's a tricky word.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Okay, so, yeah, well, if you're talking about the fireworks we had on Friday, it would be in the past, right? Right, absolutely. Everyone ready? Right. All right, so let's see if we have matched your partners correctly.
What did we say there was?
There was a subtle change when she.
What did we say, in her mood?
Yeah, in her mood.
Remember our sentence.
We have kind of a silly sentence.
When she
Began feeling sad instead of happy. So on the screen you can see we have our vocabulary word subtle. The dictionary definition was hardly noticeable. We looked it up in the text, and the sentence that Kate and I created, there was a subtle change in her mood when she began feeling sad instead of happy. So we put it into our own words, saying that the change was subtle. You couldn't really, it wasn't a big noticeable difference that all of a sudden happened. So, solace, to comfort or console. Do we have that correct match? Where's that group? Right here? All right, Naria, or would you want to read your sentence, please, that you came up with? It's great if you have more than one.
I find solace in my family.
Great. I find solace in my family. So when you visit your family, for a lot of us, that may mean that we feel really at ease, comfortable, things like that. Great sentence. Do you have another one to share? It's okay if you don't.
I
Just
can give you some solace.
okay. Good. I can give you some solace. Excellent. Any questions on that word? You did a great job of putting it into your own words and using it to make a personal connection to yourselves. All right, our next word, augment. You worked with Kate, okay, to increase or enlarge. And what was the sentence that you wrote?
The workers want to augment their income by getting the promotion or working overtime.
Wow, that's an excellent sentence. The workers want to augment their income, so they want to increase or make their income bigger. And how do we do that with a job? Getting a raise or getting a promotion, working overtime. Excellent. The workers want to augment their income by getting a promotion or working overtime. That sentence makes sense to everyone? Okay. Isolate group. Back here. To set apart or to separate from others. What is the sentence that you two made?
Jonas felt isolated when he became a new receiver of memory.
Okay.
Jonas felt?
Isolated.
When he became
The receiver of memory?
Mm.
I before Eve, so I have receiver.
I'm putting Kate on the spot here by typing for us. So does that make sense to everyone? Do you think Jonas felt isolated? Set apart from the other people in the community? Absolutely. He definitely did. So when he got his new position, he pretty much left everyone else behind and only had the receiver of memory. Very good. All right, our next word, yearn. To feel a longing or craving. Does anyone know what craving means?
I'm sorry.
Who knows what craving means?
Some eager.
Okay. A lot of times people will say they feel craving for food. I'm craving chocolate today. I think that's a lot of times how the word craving is used in English, but it definitely means that you really want something badly, to long for it, or to be really eager about obtaining it. So let's see, was it Kevin and Mick?
Yes.
Okay, what was the sentence?
Yearning my family in my country.
Okay, so you yearn?
Yeah.
Okay, so I
am yearning my family in my country.
okay, I am yearning my family in my country. So I think we can all probably relate to that. If our families live far away, maybe you yearn to be with them, or you miss them. Kevin, did you have another sentence? Okay.
I yearn to do homework for KT's class in this semester.
I'm not even typing now.
You yearn to do homework. I like that sentence, but I probably think you're being sarcastic. I yearn to do homework for Kate's class this semester. Okay, we're on to our last word, and this is another tricky one to pronounce. Obscure. Obscure. All right, so to conceal or hide by covering. What did you two come up with?
Jonas and Gad were obscured by darkness.
Jonas and Gabriel were obscured
By darkness.
by darkness. Good, and they had an excellent question. They wanted to convey that they were covered at nighttime. It was very difficult for other people to see them. So instead of saying obscured by night, it would probably be more typically used to say darkness. So nighttime involves darkness. So they were obscured by the darkness. That's a great sentence. And that's exactly how, that we read about, they got their getaway from the community. Very good. Any questions about any of our sentences, any of the words or pronunciations? All right.
Interesting to me how much we can see when I'm looking at these vocabulary words, how much we can see about the themes of the themes of the book coming out at the end here, the themes of these chapters in particular. Look at all these words. We have solace, right, meaning to comfort and console. We have isolate, kept apart. So they're almost, I mean, they're not exactly opposite, but then we have yearning, this craving for, usually for solace. It's a yearning for something that you don't have, some kind of peace you don't have. Obscure. They're all kind of lonely words, sad words, longing kind of words.
Yeah. It's interesting how I think at the beginning some of you looked at me like maybe I was crazy for saying that 6 vocabulary words could really tell us a lot about the story, but just like Kate pointed out, understanding the vocabulary a little bit more, really you can start to see and get a better idea of the last few chapters, and this is going to work perfectly for the rest of the lesson where we have finish our book club discussions and then when we talk about the last few chapters. So perhaps we can save this slide and come back to it because I definitely think it's a good starting point for the last few chapters of the book. By making your sentences and putting it into a dictionary definition in the context and then making your own sentence, I think really starts to give us a good point to better understand some of these really tough and curious big themes and events that happened at the end. So thank you for participating, and your sentences are great. If there's no other questions, then move into our book club discussions.